everybody. My name is Emma, and today I'd like to tell you about the history of economics. Chapter 2, the Soaring Swans. This chapter is about Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. So it's about first. It said one night Socrates dreamt of a swan spreading its wings and flying away while hooting loudly. The very next day, he met Plato, the man who had become his star pupil. This was very important. Did you know that the economy was the economy was originally from Mesopotamia, and it's also the origin of civilization, now the present-day Iraq. One of the first economic problems was scarcity. It was simply finding enough to eat. They learned that resources were limited. Example, the top school at E.G. Eton has a limited amount of spaces. Lots of parents want their children to get in to Eton, but unfortunately there are limited spaces, so they've got to work really hard to get one of the spaces. Okay, now back to the thing. So did you know that the first economists were the Greek philosophers who began the tradition of Western thought? A forefather of all thinkers is the Greek philosopher Socrates. And then I read that. Okay, Socrates then he met Plato. Plato imagined an ideal society where there were different huts. There were the farmers, peasants, where they had a bronze hut. The knights were silver huts, and the rulers, the kings, were philosophers, and with huts of pure gold. So they did everybody shared, because Plato knew that everybody would fight over who gets what. And Plato set up an academy and was joined by Aristotle, the next Soaring Swan. Aristotle criticized Plato's imaginative society, because Aristotle was more based on reality, and he was the first one to try and organize different stuff, mathematics, science, different fields of knowledge. And then Socrates is too old till we know what year, but Plato was around 428 to 429 to 428/427 to 348/347 BC, and Aristotle was 348/322 BC. So these three were probably the most important people in economics. Those people, their ideas soared far and wide. That's why they're called soaring swans, because their ideas soared far and wide, like a swan spreading its wings and flying away. Did you know that Aristotle was called the philosopher, and Socrates was called the man who asked too many questions? And also, did you know that Aristotle also had a student, and his student was called Alexander the Great? And these people changed economics forever, and they shaped economics and made it what it is now today.